Hi everyone, it's Sorken. Today we have a problem when we are given an array nums and we need to find the number of the elements that has the strictly smaller and the greater elements in the array. So what's that mean? So for example, for 11, we have 7 and the 15, right? 7 is the strictly less than 11 and the 15 is strictly more than 11. And the same for, so we have 11. So how about the 7? How about, let's say that, how about 7? For the 7, we have 11, which is strictly more than 7, and the 2, which is strictly less than 7. So we can add the 7 too. And how about the 15 and the 2? For 15 and the 2, we have strictly more greater element, which is 7, 11 and so on, but we don't have any element that is strictly less than 2. And the same for 15, we have strictly less elements, but we don't have any strictly more elements, greater element than 15. So, and as a result, we are returning 2 because only 2 elements meet that requirement. So how we are going to solve this problem? So the easiest way probably to solve this problem is that we are going over our array once, and we are going to define our maximum, and we are going to define our minimum. So this is our first pass, right? So we are defining that our maximum is equals to 15 and our minimum is equals to 2. And in the next pass, in the second pass, we are going to over our array one more time, and we are going to compare each element. So whether, for example, 11 meets these requirements, right? So whether 11 is less than 15 and more than 2, if it is, then we are going to add to our result. So we are going to increment our result. And in the second pass, we are going to only 2 elements meet this requirement, right? Only 2 elements is less than 15 and more than 2, which is 11 and 7. And our time complexity in this case would be of n, and we are not using any space, and our space complexity would be constant of 1. Okay, first thing that we do here, we are creating a valuable result that we are going to return, where we are storing all the values that has strictly greater and the strictly a lower value in the array. So the next one is that we are defining our minimum value and the maximum value, which we are setting to infinity max and the infinity minimum respectively. The next one is that we are going over our array first time, and we are finding our minimum value. So at each step we are checking that if our value is lower than our mean value, then we are updating our mean value the same we are doing for the maximum value. And after we exiting this loop, and in the next loop, what we do, we are going over our array one more time, and we are checking that if our number is more than our minimum value and if our number is less than our maximum value. If it is, if these both conditions are met, so what it means that that number has the that number has the number that is strictly less than that number and strictly more than that number, and we are incrementing our result. The time complexity is we have 2 for loops here, so we are having 2 passes, and it's a 2 of n, but we are taking we can remove the constant part, and our time complexity is of n. For the space complexity, we are not using any extra space, so it's constant. In Java, first thing that we do, we are creating a result integer that we are going to return, and we are creating 2 variables, integer mean and integer max, which we are setting that to integer max value for mean and the integer mean value for max. The next one is that we are going over our array once, and we are defining our minimum and maximum value. After exiting this loop, so what we do is we are going over our array one more time, and for each element we are checking that if that element is more than our minimum value and if that less than our maximum value, then we are incrementing our result and returning our result. That's it for today. Hope you like my content. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye.